Adam Lavelle, WrestlingDoneRight.com, Mount Ararat podcast on the Noah Network, baby. We are talking about Star Navigation from September 14, 2024. We are at the co-main event of the evening. I absolutely love this. I mean, I love it because it's Noah, and I freaking love Noah, obviously. It's wrestling done right. It's the only thing I will call wrestling done right out there. Marigold could be on the way. We'll have to wait and see. That's another discussion. I love this because Ulka Sasaki, the current, at the beginning of this match, I guess I'm giving it away, GHC National Champion, and Manabu Soya, his challenger, they represent two types of wrestlers that I absolutely love the most. Technical wrestlers, stepping in from MMA, like Ulka Sasaki. I love his charisma. I love his look. I love this. I don't know a whole lot about Japanese culture, though I'm fascinated by it. Why don't I read up on it? I don't have time, really. I would like to, but between covering this and I cover something called Armored MMA here in America, where they fight in night armor. That's another discussion altogether. If you want to ask me about it, please feel free. But I talk about that on another TikTok channel of mine, page, whatever TikTok's called. But I love the Japanese culture. I love the samurai sword. I love the mask with the giant nose, which I assume is some type of phallic symbol. I don't know. I don't care. I love how Ulka Sasaki comes out looking like some type of crazy drunken master warrior or something. I just love it. I love that kind of stuff. It's just something you don't see here in the States. And it could get ridiculous, but Sasaki doesn't make it ridiculous. He makes it sort of cool and badass. I like it. I like Manabu Soya. I've watched Manabu Soya since Wrestle 1 when he looked like a big caveman. Hair everywhere, beard. I mean, he just looked like a big, hulking caveman. And he's come so far since then. He was good then. I enjoyed him then. But his journey has been a story in and of itself that I absolutely love, cherish, and adore. And I've been waiting for him to become a bigger deal. And here's his chance. He's had many chances. I thought he was going to be Keno for the GHC title. And I love Keno. And I would not wanted him to lose that title. But if he would have to Soya back when they wrestled a few months ago, I would have been fine with it because Soya is coming along in a major way. I mean, even though he's getting older, he has a great look. He's bigger and badder than ever, clean cut now, looking like a champion. And these two tore into each other in what could have been a styles clash, and I guess was, but it was a styles clash that works. Sasaki, much smaller, but quicker and more, I don't want to say more trained, but trained in these killer instinct MMA styles, where Manabu Soya is trained in a way that just bowls you over and takes you out. With his Death Valley driver, with his sort of modified go to sleep, with his ridiculous powerful chops, which, a headbutt he threw in there. He is the man. Sasaki takes incredible punishment for all the bigger he is, because he's just trying to sort of sleek around and lock in a leg hold, lock in a knee bar, lock in an ankle lock. God forbid he locks you in that chokehold. If you get in that chokehold, you're pretty much done. But Manabu Soya got out of it in this match, which was a sign of things to come, in my opinion. Sasaki nailed several ridiculous kicks to Soya, who just responded with like double chops at the same time. And like I said, that headbutt and those ridiculous clotheslines. But at one point, Soya came in for a spear, and Sasaki just lifted his knees and kneed the big man in the head. And boy, he took that hard. And I thought it was over, because at that point, Sasaki locked in some ridiculous leg lock, some sort of like modified Indian death lock, reverse upside down figure 4. I don't know what to call it, but it looked ridiculous. And Soya managed to get in the ropes, only to get kicked in the head after that. But then Soya delivered, like I said, a sort of a modified go to sleep. But Sasaki survived that, and that's when he got that chokehold on. And look, there aren't many, if there were any, that's gotten out of that chokehold once he's managed to apply it. His grip is ridiculous. Those long, thinner arms fit under your chin and on your Adam's apple and just crushes it into itself. And you can't breathe. It doesn't matter how much bigger and stronger you are. If you can't breathe, you got to give up. But instead, Manabu Soya stood up while in that lock and changed that chokehold basically into one of his Death Valley drivers, followed by a ridiculous clothesline, an amazing jumping DDT, and those three moves in succession won him The GHC National Championship, a title I also like very much. I mean, I am having a replica GHC heavyweight title made. I'm a big fan of it, but one day maybe I'll get a national title as well. I love that red strap. I love the look at it. I love the men who have held this title are some of the best men in all of professional wrestling, and now it's in the hands of Manabu Soya, which is always a great thing. He stands and celebrates with it, and he calls out his first challenger. He calls out his first challenger. His first challenger doesn't come out to him. He calls out El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. and pretty much says, I'm going to offer you a title shot. And Wagner gets the crowd to chant Mexico, basically, and shakes the hand of Soya. And the match is set. I didn't write the date down like a fool, but it's like October 14th, somewhere in there, like about a month away. We're going to see this incredible match. The former national champion, the former GHC heavyweight champion, El Hijo the Dr. Wagner Jr. against Manabu Soya for that red belt. And I love it. And I love this match. Match of the night. We got one more to talk about. But for me, this was the match of the night for me and my tastes. Absolutely thought it was great.